Hey guys, Joseph here. Welcome back to the channel. So this time I'm connecting my gaming consoles to this TV. This is the Hisense U6G. This is the 65-inch version, 4K HDR, entry level or budget TV from Hisense this year 2021. I'm connecting the Xbox Series X. I'm going to also do some gameplay on the PlayStation 5. And I'm also going to share my settings for gaming. So stay tuned. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Jolster, and let's do this! Alright guys, so before we start, let's go into the settings from the TV. So let's go here, and then right here we're going to go into the TV inputs. So right here is where you can name or rename your HDMI inputs. In this case, I have the Xbox connected. Like I said, you can change the name here, or you can remove it. Or, right, we're going to go into HDMI mode. Now, this is important because sometimes when you connect your consoles, if the TV doesn't recognize it, this is where you activate HDMI 2.0, basically for you, so you can get 4K 60 with HDR. So right here, usually it's an automatic, which says it's recommended, but I noticed that sometimes it doesn't really work correctly. So I'm going to switch it to standard. So standard allows you to select auto low game latency on, which is auto game mode, and also variable refresh rate. This is where you can turn it on or off if you want to, but we have those options right here. So I'm going to leave it at standard, and that's pretty much it. This is the first thing that you need to do when connecting your consoles. So now let's go into some gameplay. Alright guys, so I'm going to start with the Xbox Series X because this is the console that has more gaming features. Let's go into the settings real quick, and I'm going to go into TV and display options. First of all, thing I noticed is that there is no 1440p option right here compared to, for example, the U7G and the U8G, which do offer 1440p. Right here we only have 4K, 1080p, and 720p, which is okay. We're going to use 4K resolution. Let's go into TV details, and as you guys can see, there is no 4K 120 Hz supported, and also there is no 50 Hz, which is okay because we normally here in the United States we play at 60 Hz, so that doesn't really bother to me. And then there's also Dolby Vision is turned off, although this TV does support Dolby Vision, but it doesn't have Dolby Vision for gaming, so I turned it off because I don't want to use the Dolby Vision game mode, I want to use HDR for right now. Everything else works fine. There's a 10-bit support. Let's go into video modes. Right here is where we have all these other selections. I can't allow actually Dolby Vision, but I'm going to use HDR. And over here is also variable refresh rate. I turned it on. I mentioned on my previous video, if you guys haven't seen it, that the variable refresh rate or VRR sometimes doesn't work. Right now it's working fine, so I'm just going to keep testing it. Let's go into Guardians of the Galaxy because this game just got a recent update which now supports ray tracing, and it's very interesting to see ray tracing in this game because this game already looks very cool. So let me show you something real quick. Let's go down here so you guys can see closer. This is really cool. You notice how there's these reflections. I can see this red, what is that? Some kind of something. I don't know what it's called. Look, my first language is not English, okay? It's Spanish. So in Spanish, we'll probably call it tambo or something like that. Anyways, it's red, and you guys can clearly see it right there, right? So let's go into the settings real quick. Let's go into the settings. We're going to go into the video, and I have ray tracing mode on. Now the thing is, ray tracing looks really cool, but I really prefer performance. It's just the video feels so much smoother. Let's go change this to performance mode. Let's go back over here, and as you guys notice, the reflections are still there, but they're not as shiny as when the ray tracing kicks in. I feel like ray tracing is like almost like a mirror. Reflections look like a mirror, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I feel like it still looks, this game looks amazing. Honestly, if you guys haven't tested this game, it's fun and it looks really, really cool. And just the gameplay, it's a lot of fun. I still like this way. I I really like performance mode. It just runs so much smoother. But ray tracing, it's very interesting that they added this because it does make a difference here. Notice those reflections? Wow, I can see a lot more. Now the thing is that now on ray tracing, we run this at 30 frames per second. And I don't know about you guys, but the jump, it's very, very noticeable when you're playing from 30 frames per second jumping to 60 FPS. I do notice a big, huge difference. Now, if I am playing at, for example, 120 hertz, personally, I don't see much of a difference. But let me know in the comments below if you guys do notice a difference from 30 to 60 and from 60 to 120 hertz. Alright guys, so now I'm going to be playing a little bit of Forza Horizon 5 right here on the Xbox Series X, and this game looks amazing. Has beautiful, beautiful graphics, very colorful picture. And I also remember that on my previous video I mentioned that this TV performance or HDR performance on this TV is not the best. And I still stand by that because this is limited to 600 nits of peak brightness. And if you want the best performance on HDR, you should get at least 1000 nits. But even with that being said, I still think that it looks very, very impressive. It's not the brightest, but it is very colorful, and I think it looks great. So let me share with you my HDR settings that I'm using right now on this TV. Although this is a Roku TV, and I feel like HDR or the settings are super, super basic, very, very simple. So let's jump right into that. I'm gonna show you a good picture. Oh my goodness, they just don't stay quiet. I'm gonna turn down the volume. By the way, the sound on this TV, it's loud. It gets really loud. So let's go into the settings. Let's go into the picture settings. And right here on the brightness TV, I have it on the brightest level. You have darker, dark, normal, bright, brighter. If you want to get the best HDR performance, at least try the brighter picture setting on the brightness. Picture mode, HDR, same deal. Bright, dark, here you go. So I noticed with dark, it adds a little bit of like a yellowish tone, which I don't like. And this is normal, which looks, yeah, it looks more natural. But I feel like bright, it just highlights everything. It looks beautiful. I like it. Picture size is, I have this on direct right now, which also you can choose normal or stretch. Zoom, you can zoom it in, or automatic and direct. I feel like they're basically the same. So let's go local dimming. I have local dimming on high. Same deal. If you want to get the brightest picture, local dimming on high is the way to go. I don't know if you guys notice the difference. I do notice the difference. So local dimming, it's going to be on high. Dynamic contrast only works when you turn off local dimming. So I much rather use local dimming than dynamic contrast. Color temperature, I have this one on normal. This is warm. It's too yellowish. It's like warm too on Samsung. And this is cool. It's cool. It introduces more bluish tint. So I use it at normal. It looks great. It looks more balanced. Motion clarity. This is, I believe this is BFI, or yes, this is BFI. It's not available when I'm using variable refresh rate, so don't even worry about that. Black frame insertion, it's not I don't like it. It just makes everything darker, and I don't like it. I noticed also some flickering in the picture, so don't even worry about that. Game mode is locked because this TV already detected the console. So once you have the console in and auto login latency on, it'll be locked to game mode. And also you can fine tune the picture just in case if you don't like any of these settings. You can go into the backlight. I recommend the backlight to be 100%. Don't move the brightness around because brightness is it will only introduce white throughout the whole picture, so everything is going to look like washed out. So don't mess around with brightness. Oh my god, these menus, for reals, So let's go into fine tune again. Here we go. Contrast. Brighter picture, you want to go to 100% for the brightness to increase. Sharpness, I don't usually recommend to use sharpness because it'll introduce some kind of particles around the picture, around the edges. So I turn this down to 5, but at the same time, I don't entirely remove it because it sometimes makes the picture a little softer. So I don't mess around with that. So now right here in color, I did increase the color. It's normally at 60 because I like a little bit of more saturation on my colors. Not to oversaturate the picture, but I do like the colors to be a little bit more punchy. So I increased it to 60, between 60 and 65. I feel like it still looks great. It looks balanced, but that's how I have it. This is just a personal choice. So this is going to be your decision. Tint, don't move it around, just leave it in the middle, and that's it. These picture settings are super easy to change. It's just so easy to follow. That's pretty much it. Alright, so let's go to the PlayStation 5 and we're gonna go to settings real quick. Let's go to screen and video, and this is where we get information about the resolution that we're using. It says right here 3840x2160 at 60 Hz. Remember, this TV is limited to 60 Hz only. Color format says when displaying 4K HDR content at 60 Hz, the color format will be a YUV422 or 420 instead of RGB due to HDMI 2.0 limitations. So yes, this TV, it's limited to HDMI 2.0. So we have limitations, but that's pretty much it. Over here in HDR is supported, and then HDR, I have it only when supported. On the PlayStation, everything here, it's very, very simple, very easy. You don't have that many options, but still, games look beautiful. This is Horizon Zero Dawn. This is not even the this is the PlayStation 4 version, and I still think it looks fantastic on this game. Look at this graphics. This is a cave, so it is kind of dark inside here. This is the expansion. I haven't played this game in like a couple of years already, so I think I'm gonna be going back to play it again. It still looks fantastic even after all these years. I still think it looks fantastic. So I want to take this all. Man, I even forgot how to play this game, but anyways, let's see what else we find here. Supply crate, yes. Oh my goodness. So let me switch to another game real quick. Another one of my favorite PlayStation games right here on the PlayStation 5. Alright guys, so finally I have here the Spider-Man Miles Morales. Another one of my favorite games here on the PlayStation, and it's exclusive to the PlayStation. My god, this game still looks amazing, and it runs very, very smoothly right here on the Hisense U6GR. Remember, this is a 4K HDR TV. I have the 65-inch version. This one sells for $750, and it's only available at Costco. So there are no links in the video, but if you have a Costco membership, go and take advantage of this price because it's a really good price. Now, if you don't have a Costco membership, I will go for the U7G. This is the U7G is another great TV from Hisense. It has more gaming features, and it has HDMI 2.1 ports as well. So just in case if you're interested in that, it's a little bit more expensive, but I'm pretty sure that you're going to find really good deals right now on either Amazon or Best Buy. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. The settings that I share with you for with the Xbox apply for the PlayStation as well. HDR gaming settings, check them out. Otherwise, use the settings that work best for you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.